Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am your girl Cupid. If you are new here, welcome. This is my channel where I share with you my artistic and spiritual practices, right? Because it's a lifestyle. On this channel, I also do tarot readings, so I'm really excited to have you here. If you can hear, I am not doing that well. I am currently recovering from bronchitis and a asthma attack. So I'm going to do my best to kind of just pace my talking during the editing. If I feel that I'm talking too slow, then I may speed up the audio for your convenience. But I just want to go ahead and put that on the table, that this is where I'm at right now. And I'm blessed. Let me tell you, I'm blessed because I don't have pneumonia. I don't have the flu. So anyway, enough of that. I'm just going to be getting into what makes you attractive, what makes you hot, what makes you sexy. I just want to go ahead and make you guys aware that I am open for personal readings. The link for that is in the description box below, along with a link to my website and all of my art and just super awesome fun things that you can explore. So check that out in the description box. And anyway, let's go ahead and get into these groups. Group 1 is going to be this seashell, okay? Every seashell does have a message underneath, which I will read at the time of your reading. So group 1 is this gray seashell. Group 2 is going to be the pinkish seashell. It's like white with these pink-ish looking, I don't know, inflections. I'm going to call this like a strawberry shortcake seashell. So we got the gray seashell, group 1, strawberry shortcake seashell for group 2. And for group 3, I don't know. This one's like a turtle cheesecake. I don't know what you would call those, the ones with the chocolate and the caramel and the nuts. So this is like a swirly kind of cheesecake for group 3. So once again, group 1, group 2, group 3. As always, I'm going to be inserting a photo of a close-up so that if you need any extra time to meditate on which group you belong to, you can pause the video and do that. And all the timestamps for each reading is in the description box below. So catch you at your reading. Hi, group 1. You have chosen this gray seashell. Before I shuffle your cards, I do want to go ahead and read your message about what makes you so hot and so attractive. So this is a message for group 1. How can you win if you don't pay attention? Interesting. So group 1, I feel like what makes you attractive so far is you are a detail-oriented person, all right? You pay attention to things. You're detail-oriented. I'm really curious to see how that relates to the rest of your cards. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your tarot and oracles, and then I will catch you on the other side. Back, group 1, we have your entire spread out here, and I want to just go ahead and say that there are a few things here that make you attractive, okay? The first thing I want to talk about, the attention to detail here. I feel like this has a lot to do with how your mind works, right? For one, we have the 10 of Cups. You are somebody who takes care of others. you're family oriented, and you're considerate, right? You're very good at keeping your family happy or well taken care of, making sure their needs are met. This does require a attention to detail on your part, right? In order to be considerate, you have to be intuitive and pick up on the small details about other people around you, how they feel, how they act, how they respond, in order to actually meet their needs. So that's here, right? You're somebody that those who love you, who are in your inner circle, they feel fulfilled with you. They feel abundant with you. And they just feel like there's so much love. You really cater as well to the emotional needs of those you love. You're also, along with, and I think this has to do with family, but also your personal life, you're good at juggling. You're good at prioritizing, handling your daily tasks, organizing those tasks. You're good at keeping up with what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done. I also heard management. So you're very good at managing your responses, managing your emotions, and just managing the load that you carry, right? We have 2 queens out here. So to me, you're somebody who is an important role. You're either in an important role at work or at home, right? Maybe you're a mother, or it's more so that you carry yourself with this sense of importance, that you are someone with important things to do. You're someone who has things on your mind, things that you need to take care of, and that's how you handle yourself, is what I'm getting. All right? And I want to talk about you handling yourself, because we have this Queen of Pentacles, and I covered up her bits and pieces. But if you have this, what deck is this? If you've ever seen this Casanova tarot, then you know the card with the Queen of Coins. She has the coin in between her legs, and she's really focused in on that coin, right? So I get here from a purely personal place. You make sure that you are taken care of, right? You make sure your needs are met, and it kind of amazes people, and it kind of attracts them to you, because it's like, how are you able to care for all these other people or all these other things, right? You have all these other responsibilities, but you also give back to yourself. I'm hearing me time. You really nurture yourself. You really, and this could be sexual too. Maybe you're somebody who you regularly please yourself, right? You're not waiting for somebody else, whether you're a man or a woman. You're not waiting for somebody else to please you sexually or fulfill you sexually or financially even, right? You're somebody who does what they can to make sure that you have yourself as much as you possibly can, right? Because, you know, there's so many instances where no matter how much we do for ourselves, we still can benefit from some support. But it's the fact that you prioritize and take care of yourself as much as you are capable of that attracts people to you. And quite honestly, it can attract help to you, right? When you prove that you're able to manage responsibilities, it can attract those who may want to help, because they may feel that their help won't go to waste. You know what I'm saying? So just very capable energy, self-sufficient energy, right? I also want to talk about this Queen of Swords, right? Because it made me think of attention to detail again. This Queen of Swords, she has boundaries. She's strict, right? And I got here that you're somebody, you don't let things slide, right? You call it how you see it. I'm hearing very direct communication. It might come off sharp sometimes to some people, or it just might cut. It just might come off a bit cutting, right? And that's what makes it harsh, not necessarily the words you say, but the energy that comes with it. It's very no nonsense, straight to the point is what I'm getting here with the Queen of Swords. And I feel like I said, you notice things with this Queen. We got Earth Queen energy and we have Air Queen energy. So very analytical. I'm getting Mercurial, Virgo, Gemini, maybe Libra even. I'm getting somebody who, like I said, is going to call what they see, and it's constructive. It's not like you're a fighter or you're somebody who wants to have conflict, but it's almost like you're somebody who will right the situation as soon as possible. And people find this attractive. I feel like what makes you attractive and hot really has to do with the work others have to do in order to be on the same frequency as you, right? When you come in, you have this no nonsense, detail-oriented, organized, focused kind of energy, right? You're somebody who is about the result and the work and the result, right? There's a discipline to you, and it's almost like people admire it and also feel like it may feel like a call to action to them, or it may just be inspiring to them to kind of level up in that way, or, you know what I'm saying? Try and be better in those areas in the way you are, right? We also have the Hangman, which honestly, that goes right into what I'm talking about. The Hangman here, I feel like you change people's perspective. It's like when people come into your life or they meet you and they speak to you, the way you operate, the way you handle your load, the way you take care of others, it really inspires those to think a bit differently about their life and their approach. You know what I mean? You could be a mother, or you could just be mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have the Empress over here on the side at the bottom of the deck, and it's like you're just sitting pretty. You take care of you, right? And by taking care of you, you're able to take care of other people, right? You make sure your cup is filled so that you can give to others, because you know that if you're drained and you're tired and you're stressed and you're ill and you're unhappy, that's going to affect how you're able to connect with others. You know what I mean? And it's the self-sufficiency you have, right? We have two images. You can't see the other. I have this 9 of Pentacles over here at the bottom of the deck. So 2 images where the woman is laying on her back, and then we have the Empress here. It's almost like maybe it seems effortless. This self-sufficiency seems effortless. You seem at ease, or it just seems easy for you to do these things. And I'm also getting rest. It's like you do the work you need to do and you rest, right? That giving back to yourself, making sure that you're full, right? You're not digging your own grave and stressing yourself out. And you just have this relaxed, easygoing, but focused and disciplined appearance or aura that really attracts people to you. And you see this 9 of Pentacles, how he's cutting her hair. That's what I was talking about. It's like people want a piece of your brain. People want a piece of your personality. You inspire others, right? It's crazy. Both of these images are so similar to me. I'm trying to cover the boobies. But in both images, you have a woman lying on her back, resting. Maybe she seems vulnerable, but she's self-sufficient. And in both images, you have a man above her kind of peering in. This guy is like looking amazed at her, like, wow, I want a piece of that. And this guy, he's literally cutting a piece of her hair. Her hair is growing out of her head. So like I said, it's the way you think, your perspective on work and play and home life and, taking care of yourself. It's really inspiring, and people want to pick your brain. They want to take a piece of it, and they want to emulate it in a lot of ways. I want to get into the oracle cards now. This reading might be a little fast, but I don't know. I'm a straightforward person, so I resonate with you, group 1. When I first started watching tarot, I would watch these super long videos where people would just pull heaps of cards. There would just be piles of cards on the table. And I, at first, wanted to kind of mimic that with my own readings, right? I already knew how to do tarot, but the style and spreads and stuff, I was still like learning through watching and reading. And a part of me was like, oh gosh, I was trying to imitate that, having these super long readings and having all these cards that I'm pulling for. But over time, and I may have said this before, it made me feel like I was distorting messages. It made me feel like messages weren't exactly focused. They weren't to the point, right? It wasn't efficient enough. And so now, even though the readings might be a little shorter, I feel like they work for me. They work for the message I'm trying to give. And I'm not trying to get too distracted or just bundled up. And plus, I'm visual. I want to see every card on the spread. I don't want cards covered up because I might miss something or leave it out. But anywho, just a little ramble from me. I want to get into your oracle cards. The first card here you got is from the Archangel Lycode. Let the Archangel Light Code Oracle cards. And we have Archangel Gabriel, Divine Inner Strength, right? So that strength is coming out. I am going to read the card, but the strength is really coming out here, especially with this Queen of Swords. It's kind of like you just hold yourself to that standard. It's like nobody has to put you on a pedestal because you put yourself there, right? That discipline, you expect you to take care of you is what I'm getting. And because this expectation of yourself is coming from yourself, it holds you up on a high, you're operating on a higher frequency or by a higher standard than a lot of other people, because you're not waiting for the outside validation. You're not looking for permission or for somebody to say, yes, that's how you do it or that's what you should do. You kind of create your own rules and then live by them is what I'm getting. And that's why you have this sense of authority about you with these two queens. And authority came out over here at the bottom of the Light Angel Oracle cards as well. So let me read this. You are divine. At times you feel separated, lost, and alone, yet you can never be apart from your divine spark. You are the physicality of source. Trust in your inner strength, right? So you trust you. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're not looking at anybody else. You're trusting yourself, and you're deciding on your own what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and what rules you're going to live by, right? And having that internal moral or whatever type of navigation, having that internal discipline allows you, like I said, to operate on this level where you're able to manage yourself while also giving to others, being available to others, bringing abundance to others, right? When people are in your life and when people are in your circle and when they're interacting with you, they get a sense of fulfillment. They feel that their needs are met. When you speak to people, you open their mind to realizing that there are other ways or other things they can do to meet their needs, right? So the last card here, whenever I pull these, I just keep them flipped over until I'm ready to read them because I love the pictures here. Hoping you can see it. I love the pictures here. And I also just like them to be a surprise. So, Princess of the Autumn Harvest. Already, I'm getting this tying into that Empress I talked about, as well as the Queen of Coins, okay? So, Princess of the Autumn Harvest, bring gifts of bounty and blessings for effort and actions of the past. It is a time when the fruit of your labors is ripe for picking. A beautiful blessing is on its way to you now. With gratitude in your heart, you will recognize the blessing when it comes to you, and it will serve you perfectly. Be open to receive, knowing that it is justly deserved. So this is so resonating, right? Altogether, what I mean is that it's pretty cool. It's all coming together. But like I said, you put in the work, you discipline yourself, and you manage it's like the way you organize your priorities. It allows you to make sure you're hitting all the marks. A lot of people are wondering, how do you do all these various things? How do you tackle all these various tasks? How do you take care of yourself? How do you take care of your kids? How do you focus on your career? How do you go to school? How do you make this on the side or do this on the side or have this hobby or have this? How are you able to manage your life in this abundant way, right? And it's because, like I said, you're not waiting for anyone else to tell you how to do it. You create the rules, you create the framework. You are the source of your strength, right? You're not basing anything you do on what somebody else has done. You have opened your mind to other possibilities. And I feel like that's where this is. It's like people may talk to you and realize how limited they have been mentally and how that has affected how they interact with their day-to-day obligations. And so they see you operating, they're like, wow, I didn't realize I could do it that way. I didn't realize that I could try this instead. I didn't realize that I didn't have to be unhappy in this way, or just eat that shit, right? Like, I don't want to get too deep, but because, this is a general reading for a collective, but yeah, what makes you attractive is how you think, how you operate, how you organize, how you manage, how you prioritize, and how you pay attention to what's happening around you. And that's another reason why you're successful. That's another reason why you're able to operate the way you do, because you're not skipping over details. Okay? I think I wrote something. Gosh. I wrote something about this. Let me go get my binder and I will read what I wrote, okay? BRB. Alright, so group 1, this is just a little passage that I had to write for a class. And what I wrote wasn't important. It was like a handwriting thing. But it's really resonating to me right now. So, everything must be done with intention. Intentionality lends itself to an eye for details. When one lacks intention, they often miss details. This is likely why they see life as something that happens to them, as they have likely missed the details, hinting at their own misused or unused hand. I'm going to read that again, but slightly faster. Everything must be done with intention. Intentionality lends itself to an eye for details. When one lacks intention, they often miss details. This is likely why they see life as something that happens to them, as they have likely missed the details, hinting at their own misused or unused hand, right? So you are somebody who knows that what you do matters. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the strawberry cheesecake seashell. All right. Before I pull your cards, I want to go ahead and read your message, okay? Your message. Ooh, I like this one. Group 2, your message is the game of love matters. Ooh, okay. So I already can tell that you're somebody, you take love seriously, all right? I'm really curious about how this ties in to the rest of your reading. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards, and then I will catch you on the other side. Right, group 2. So we have your message, right? The game of love matters. The first thing that came out was this Ace of Pentacles. I want to be honest, I really want to talk about the cards at the bottom of the decks, but I'm going to get to them, right? I don't want to be too scattered. But here, first card out, we have Ace of Pentacles. So right off the rip, what makes you attractive is that you're committal. You commit, right? You're not a game player, is what I'm hearing. And you're not here for other people's games. You really don't have the time. I feel like here with the Ace of Pentacles, if you like somebody, you make it known and you do something about it. You're peaceful, okay? We have here peace. I'm going to get to that, but I'm going to get to there. But you are not wasting time playing with other people and their time, right? Time is tangible with this pentacle. When you want somebody, you give them your time, and you're just not, to me, it's like it's valuable, right? The time is so valuable. You commit is what I'm getting here. And that's what makes you attractive, because you're just not playing games. I get you're a serious person. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor, right? So this could be a predominantly male group, but if not, that's okay. If you're not a male. But what I'm getting here is that you're relatively dominant. You take control of the situation. You don't really leave it into the other person's hand to wait for them, right? You're not waiting for them to ask you on a date, or, tell you that they like you. If you like somebody, you make the first move, is what I'm getting here. Then we have the Knight of Wands. We actually have the Knight of Wands twice. So to me, you could be a relatively young person. I'm thinking under 30, but you could be even up to mid-30s. But you're relatively young. You could be tall, right? People find that attractive. But you also are very passionate, and I would say sensual. You're a sensual person. You are very sexual even. I would say you're somebody who, you have a healthy sexual appetite. You have a healthy sexual stamina, even with the horse, right? I feel like you can go for a while. It's interesting how that came through, because the last group wasn't so sexual, but it's really not about your sexuality at all. It's about the vibe that you come with. You come with this vibe like you can handle it, is what I'm getting, right? You can handle it. You want to go all night, baby? I got you, is what is the vibe I'm getting. You also might have if you're a dude, you may have a relatively nice size penis, to be honest. Because we have the Emperor twice, actually, right? At the bottom of this deck, we have the Emperor again. So we have two Emperors out here. We have two Knight of Wands. I feel like you're not heavy-handed, is what that makes me think. Like, yes, underneath you're this Emperor, but you're not coming out asking nobody to marry you too fast. But like I said, if you like somebody, you go for it. You make it known and you do something about it. You're not waiting on them or waiting on the right time. You just kind of handle it, right? We also have the Three of Cups here. So I'm getting that you're pretty generous, right? We have this Ace of Pentacles, this hand giving out. You're somebody who takes care of your partners. You're somebody who makes sure your partners are well fed. You make sure that they're satisfied physically. You make sure that they can lean on you. The way this woman is kind of like allowing herself to kind of be caught and held by the person behind her. It's like you are that person behind your partners, where you create an environment that allows them to feel safe when they're vulnerable, right? You're the type of person that likes vulnerability, and you promote vulnerability in the relationship, right? You love being close with your partners, right? The game of love matters to you. It's like it's not fake, it's not performance necessarily, but it's intentional. You love with intention. You begin relationships with people with intention to not just make it last, but to make it meaningful, make it feel good, right? We're not here just to be together. We're here to love one another, to give one another, to hold one another, right? To listen, to take care of one another. We have this Eight of Pentacles that was at the bottom of the deck here. Somebody's taking, or at least that's what it looks like to me, like you have somebody bedridden. You're somebody, you take care of your partners. But like I said, we're just going to move, because your reading's really straightforward. It's what I'm getting here. It's really straightforward. We have peace here, in the Archangel Light Code for your Oracle card. And I just want to say with this piece, before I read the meaning of this card, you are not here for the games. You are not here to argue. You're not here to fuck around. You're not here to cause no drama. You don't do drama, is what I'm getting. Over here, like I said, we got two emperors, and then we have the tower here. To me, this tower is letting me know that if somebody cheats on you, you have non-negotiables, because love matters to you. You take it seriously. If somebody cheats on you, you're not forgiving them. It's over. Fuck it. That's what I'm getting. You're not here for the drama. You want peace. You want a peaceful, solid relationship that's built on trust, that's built on intimacy, and a desire for longevity. I need my little book because I want to read. Right. Okay, so I'm going to read the peace card. It says, drift with us back into the depths of peace. Surrender to the greatness of the soul. Float in the mystery of the universe and return to your center of being. Let go and submerge into the calmness of spirit. Move gently into the expansiveness of peace. Surrender your soul to the emptiness of now and rejoice. Right? So you're somebody, you want to surrender in love is what I hear, right? When you see how this woman, like, she's surrendering, she's relaxing, she's giving in to being loved by her partner. And I feel like that's what you want, and that's what you want to give to your partner. You want to give them a space where they can surrender, that you want to surrender too. You don't want a partner that's going to come in and you have to be on edge, or you have to worry about what they're doing behind your back, or you have to endure infidelity and betrayal. That's not the type of relationship you're looking for. And at the bottom of that deck, you had vulnerability. I want to read that one as well, even though, we can already make some assumptions about the vulnerability. Vulnerability. Into the vortex, to the center of the infinity symbol. This is where all illusions cease to have their power struggle. Vulnerability is the place of peace, quietness, and centeredness. The center of the storm, where you know that the storm is but an illusion. The key to infiniteness of the universe and of us. Beyond the suffocation of power, the desire for control, and the belief of separatedness. Step here to the stillness of the truth, the collectiveness of you. Right? Like, you hear when it says it's the center of the storm, you believe a relationship is supposed to be a safe space. You believe that a relationship is supposed to be the place you come and you're not at war with your partner. What stood out to me was it said, beyond the suffocation of power, the desire for control, and the belief of separateness, right? You're not trying to have power struggles with your partners. You're not trying to be in a mental state where you're believing that they're unfaithful to you, that you're not united, that you're not one, that you're not together, right? That they're secretly giving love to someone else. You're not trying to be in a place where you want to control what they do or have someone try to control what you do. You simply want to unite with somebody in a peaceful embrace, and your love be a safe space for both of you to flourish and give to one another, but really also give to yourself. When you're able to surrender in that way, you're able to just let the hurt go and let the defensiveness go, you begin to allow your own self to be filled with love. But if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're constantly defensive and you just are not really allowing yourself to be present in that relationship, you also are not allowing yourself to be filled and healed with love. you know. So we have one more oracle card for you guys. We have Dance of the Butterfly Queen. A pure heart attracts divine grace, and that which was impossible becomes possible. From caterpillar to winged creature of delight, you cannot restrain what divine grace ordains, no matter how incredible it may seem to be. Whatever has been troubling you, or whatever has been inspiring you, allow grace to infuse the situation or dream so that it may unfold with divine perfection. So, group 2, a pure heart attracts divine grace. You have a pure heart. I don't want to say you're like a pure person or you're a perfect person, but when it comes to love, you don't come into relationships with ill intent or with anything. Like, I feel like you come into relationships purely wanting it to work out, purely wanting to do your best by that person, and give them what they want and what you want, right? Give them what you want to receive, but give them what they want to receive, right? You believe in, that reciprocity, that equitable exchange. And I feel like because you have this pure heart, I think it does attract those types of people to you. But it can also attract people who they might admire it within you, but they may admire it only so far as they want to utilize it from you, right? Have you treat them well, right? They like how you treat them, but they might not necessarily appreciate it or can emulate it. So I just want you to keep that in mind, group 2. But like I said here, what makes you really attractive is just that you're coming to love for the sake of love, and you take it seriously and you do your job. I don't make it seem like, love is some type of burdensome job, but it is a responsibility when you make that commitment to care for someone and love them. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, you take it seriously, and you're just not here for games. You're not here for drama, and you're not here to create strife with one another. You simply want to unite and embrace, and you want a safe space to be vulnerable, which is why you give that to others. You're somebody, you give what you want to receive. So I think that's really beautiful, and I personally resonate with that as well. So anyway, group 2, I think I need to hit my inhaler. If you resonated this reading or you just really liked it, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment. If you're interested in personal readings or you'd like to see what prints I have available, all of that information is in the description box below. So anywho, thank you guys for watching, and if you would love to come back and see me again, go ahead and ring that notification bell. Go ahead and subscribe and ring that notification bell. All right, I'll see y'all at the next reading. Bye. Hi, group 3. Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. But before I do that, I want to read your message, okay? Ooh, I like this. Choose to be ready. Choose to be ready. What makes you attractive? Maybe something about being ready on site, I heard. But don't worry, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards. I'm real curious to see how this resonates with the rest of your reading. But anyway, let me shuffle and I will catch you on the other side. Right, group 3, welcome back. So I got your cards here. Let me tell you, I got a channel song for y'all. So I heard, I don't fight, I don't argue, I just hit that bitch with a bottle. Don't fight, I don't argue, I just hit that bitch with a bottle. See, when I tell you it's on site with you, but this choose to be ready, what makes you attractive is that you don't waste time cutting a bitch off, okay? First card out You got me hype. I'm not healthy enough to get hype, group 3. So first card out, we got 5 of Swords. And let me tell you, you got 5 of Swords twice, here and here. You're that type. I'm getting here that when somebody, if they're not ready for you, you're not going to argue with them, right? You're going to pick up the pieces and you're going to go. You're not going to convince them. You're not trying to do any tit for tat, none of that, right? If it comes, the thing is, like, if somebody's giving you more conflict than love, you're quick to just cut it. You know what I mean? Like I said, if they want to tit for tat with you and play games and ignite any drama, you cut it off. If they aren't sure what they want, they're non-committal, but they still want to see, you cut it off. If it's not bringing you joy, if it's not bringing you peace, if it's not going to make you happy, if it's anything that's going to cause some stress for you, you're going to knock that bitch out and keep it pushing. You're not going to try and convince somebody to be ready for you or convince somebody to meet you where you're at. If they can't meet you where you're at, you're not going to meet them where they're at. You know what I mean? So I thought that was really interesting that we had 2 5 of Swords. I also have the Moon over here at the bottom of the deck. So you're very intuitive. I feel like you can kind of sense when shit's staying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell when something's a little off. Somebody has secrets they're keeping from you, or somebody's, you know, like I said, not ready really truly to be in the type of relationship that you want to have, right? And you're quick to cut people off if they're bringing in other parties or just anything. It could be they're talking about you behind your back, or they're bringing other people in the relationship, right? It's really coming down to drama, conflict. If somebody is bringing more conflict into your life, you just don't have time for it, but you have this intuitive sense, like you're able to kind of tell before it gets too crazy, before it gets too hot, before you get all caught up in their mix. You can kind of sense, okay, this is not working out, let me just end it, right? And like I said, you have 4 of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, and it's because you're looking to have a good time. Whether it's for a long time, not a long time, it really don't matter. You could be somebody who's really commitment oriented, or you could be somebody just playing the field, seeing what happens. But regardless of where you stand on that, if it's not a good time, you're not giving them time at all, okay? And I feel you, because there's too much going on out here. And quite frankly, a lot of us, we got too much to do. We got too much to do to be wasting time with somebody who is just kind of manufacturing conflict for you. You know what I mean? You have the Queen of Cups here. I did have to cover her boobies a little, but the Queen of Cups, to me, it's like, I feel like you're perfectly fine on your own. You're perfectly fine nurturing yourself, giving to yourself, and filling your own cup. And I feel like that really, really attracts people to you. Now, does that mean they're ready for you? That seems, to me, this might be the group where there's something about you that a lot of people that you've met are just not necessarily able to match you energetically, is what I get here. And you do have a lot to give, but that could be a lot more than what other people have to give, right? And people might come in and realize very quickly that they can't really measure up to the love that you're providing, or it doesn't even have to be necessarily love, the abundance that you're providing, even the intuitiveness, right? With this water energy, you could be a Cancer, but that doesn't really matter, to be honest. But it's like, you could be a Scorpio even. I'm getting air, water. But it's like people realize very quickly that they're not necessarily equipped to give in that capacity. You know what I mean? Like I said, whether it's a serious relationship or for fun, some people can't have a casual relationship because they're takers, and the relationship quickly becomes toxic, even if both people on the surface wanted the same thing. Some people want conflict, even if they're single, even if it's not serious, they want some type of conflict. And other people, they're cool to just keep it cool. And so I just feel like you have an energy that's hard to match, and it's hard for you to find people that, like I said, can bring what you're bringing, meet you where you're at, and give you what you need, which is, like I said, a good time. You want something harmonious, is what I feel. And like I said, they'll sense it from the beginning, but people like to play games. People do like to waste time. So these people may come in and know, oh, I don't know if I can meet them where they at, but I'm going to stick around. I might try. I might wiggle some, I might see if I can find some loopholes. But like I said, you're quick with the wit. You're intuitive. And so once you can tell and you peep the game, you just cut it off because, like I said, they might be trying to negotiate commitment with you. And you're like, you know what? Nah. I'm not finna sit here and talk with you. Go home. Okay? You already know what I want. Why are we sitting here talking about this? You know what I'm saying? We also have the Nine of Cups here, right? Which goes hand in hand with this Queen of Cups, I think. Like I said, you can fill your own cup. You're perfectly fine loving yourself and nurturing yourself, right? And with this Nine of Cups, you have options. You don't have to settle for one lousy cup. That one cup can't give you what you need. You don't have to settle for that. You can just cut them out and give back to you. I feel like we had the Ace of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. So it's like, that if that one little thing ended, that's fine. You can, let me catch my, my goodness, bless me. But yeah, it's like, it's like, okay, that one little thing ended or I had to cut boo off. But that's fine. The train does not stop. Group 3 train don't stop, okay? So that's fine, but I have more to come. I have more waiting on me. I have more blessings around the corner. Another door is going to open. I don't have to fight with you. I'm going to leave. Like I said, I don't fight. I don't argue. You're not here for drama. You're not here to go back and forth and convince somebody to do right by you or do what you need them to do. You just don't have that. You're not here to convince somebody to do what you need them to do. Let's get into your oracle cards. Whew. All right. So we have Celestial Healing, and then we also have Divine Wisdom at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to read both cards, and then I will speak my piece. So, Archangel Raphael. Feel my cloak of velvet green wrap you in healing rays of light. Feel the warmth of your soul radiate from your center and know you are whole and complete. Embrace the reality of your wholeness and the expansiveness of all. I love that. All right, now I'm looking for Archangel Uriel for the Divine Wisdom. Harness the illumination of divine wisdom. This is the gold sitting within your light body. This wisdom is open to you if you approach with gratitude and appreciation. Allow your intuition to guide you as you walk the golden path. Ooh, your intuition, right? That divine wisdom. Allow your intuition to guide you as you walk the golden path. Okay. So I feel like here with the classic celestial healing, the celestial healing, I feel like this is your focus, right? You're focused on your healing. You may have gone through some things in the past. You may have just gone through conflict, right? And you're in this mindset now of no longer trying to create more conflict for yourself. You're not trying to stress yourself out. You're not trying to burn yourself out over another person. You're not trying to, like I said, get caught up in people's mix, right? Because you know that stuff, those are hits that you take, on a mental, physical, emotional, spiritual level. You know that right now, if it's not conducive to healing, then it's only harmful to you. And I feel like I said, you're walking this golden path with, right? This golden path to your healing. And it requires you to be wise about what you let in, right? And what you give to. You're not here to, like I said, burn yourself out and drain yourself over another person. If you're on this path and you meet someone and you start hitting it off, but things start popping up, you know when it's time to exit. You know when it's time to cut the cord and to let it go. So that's what I'm feeling for you in these cards. I feel like what makes you attractive is that you're just not willing to get hurt for no reason. You're not willing to put yourself in harm's way. You're not willing to fight and argue with people and convince people to do anything. And you're okay being on your own. And you're highly intuitive. I wouldn't be surprised if there were times where you surprised people when you clocked them for some nonsense, or they were surprised at how you responded because you didn't necessarily react how they wanted you to. But let me get into your last oracle card. This one here, we have divine connection. The inspired, intuitive messages you have been receiving, which are unconditionally loving, fearless, and encouraging of you to grow and be your true self, are from your higher guidance. Beings of divine light are guiding you with messages of unconditional love. It is safe to trust in your growing divine connection and inner knowing. Doing so will bring you great joy. Gosh, I feel like it's really tying into the rest of the reading. One here, we're pointing out once again that you're intuitively guided, right? You allow yourself to receive the knowledge that you need to determine whether or not somebody is good for you or not. The other thing here that came out to me was that it says beings of divine light are guiding you with messages of unconditional love. You know what love looks like, right? And you know what it doesn't look like. And you know that if you're on this path and something comes along and it doesn't match love, right? The love that you are trying to achieve, you know it's not going to fit, right? Because you're measuring the person to the outcome that you're trying to achieve. So, like I said, if it doesn't line up, you know that it's just not worth the continued effort, right? This healing that you're on, it requires you, right? This journey of healing requires you to cultivate an understanding of the type of love you want for yourself, right? You know that quote, it says, we accept the love we think we deserve. You are cultivating a love that fits what you believe you deserve. Instead of just taking people's shit when they give it to you, right? Accepting any old handout, you already know what you want. And let me tell you, that is the secret to not settling. Determine what you want, and then determine if the person you're trying to connect with, determine if they can give you what you want. And you need to know what are your non-negotiables, because that's going to let you know if, okay, this person cannot meet my non-negotiables. This person, they can't meet those specific standards. So unfortunately, this relationship, or maybe it's not the person, but the relationship, the chemistry is not meeting these standards. You know that that is, in fact, a sign that it is not worth the continued effort. And that's what makes you attractive, and that can be intimidating. I feel like I said, you may have a hard time finding that person that does match your energy, because while this is attractive about you, it's a challenge that not everybody can feel comfortable taking on, right? And that's why you might end up getting people who maybe they're brave enough to approach you, but it's also because they're hoping they can kind of finesse their way into not meeting all of your standards. So that's what makes you attractive, group 3. I'm going to go ahead and end the reading. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that it resonated. If it did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment. If you're interested in personal readings or any of my art, all information and links will be in the description box. So anywho, I'm going to go ahead and rest. You guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to see me again, go ahead and subscribe and ring that notification bell. Bye, group 3.